Eyes ready.
Alright.
You's ready?
We are ready.
We's ready. Let's do this.
Yes, we are live.
Hey guys, welcome to Two Queens and Crystal Things. The podcast where we are on some manifest your life, shift your mind, and raise the consciousness type of shit. I am Mia.
And I am Christie, and you can consider us your spiritual girlfriend.
Hey boo.
For next hour or so. We'll see.
We'll see how this works out.
We'll see. Alright, so last week we talked about dealing with conflict, and whether we like it or not, conflict is a part of life.
Unfortunately.
And our reaction to conflict, confronting it, avoiding it, diffusing it,
all that fun stuff.
all of it is basically what determines how much it affects our lives. And it's funny, Mia, because when we were talking about this podcast, you looked at conflict as war.
Mm-hmm.
And I
like
looked at
conflict
as an opportunity to resolve an issue. So it's really interesting how our perspective.
Well, I'm actually glad we had the conversation because it did help me kind of like, okay, I can. I think that's why I'm just like, okay, I got to be prepared for war. No, that was a good insight from me.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as well. We also talked about dealing with internal conflict and dealing with people who are internally conflicted. And so most important things to remember basically from this episode is when we have conflict, they are just reminders of the places within us and within our community where healing is needed. You guys, don't run from healing. Do not run, because we all have some healing to do.
Yes. And but what you said is true. It's just when we come up with some conflict, whether it's internally or externally, it's just a reminder, like it's something we need to address in ourselves. So avoiding it is, you're right, it's not the answer.
Yeah, don't go to war, y'all. So what are we talking about this week?
This week.
While we finish this bottle of wine.
That's gone already.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
This week we are talking about something that has come up a bit, quite a bit lately in social media. It's kind of, maybe last summer. This hashtag main character energy started kind of coming around. They started doing it, and it's a big thing now. So the idea behind this main character energy is that you view life as a story, a book, a film, and basically you're the main character. Like you're the main character. And if you think about it, you are the it.
You are the Neo.
You're the Neo.
In your movie.
So in every TV show or film or book that you love, it's usually due to the connection with the main characters. Yeah. So we cheer for them, we cry for them, we fall in love with them. But so what do you think what happens when you make yourself the main character in your own life? Okay, now I get it. So, while on social media, it may be used in irony a little bit, but the idea of being the main character in your life is actually some manifestation magic, y'all. Yeah. I'm seriously, because if you think about it, energy attracts like energy. Mm-hmm. So Christy brought this up. I was like, let's talk about this. So I was thinking, like, this is actually a beautiful way to look at life. So what started this, so a TikTok user created a video where she was saying the following words, I'm going to say, and that audio has gone viral, and many people are using it to kind of record their own version of the video. And I love this because it rings so true. It says, you have to start romanticizing your life. You have to start thinking of yourself as the main character. Because if you don't, life will continue to pass you by, and all the little things that make it so beautiful will continue to go unnoticed. So take a second and look around and realize that it's a blessing for you to be here right now. And I love that because we talk so much about being grateful for where you are and how having that energy of gratitude and appreciation for what you have attracts more things that you desire. And so I just think this is such a creative way to talk about manifestation, really, honestly.
And I think it also allows it puts you in a space of being in the present moment. Because if you're constantly looking at yourself as the main character in a movie, you are in the present moment at all times.
Yes.
You're not thinking of your past, you're not thinking of the future, you are in the present moment.
I love that, yeah.
And I really think that this is a great way of just looking at life. I think it's a really cool perspective. It's just a different way of looking at ways to manifest the life that you all deserve. Because again, the life that you want is the life that you deserve.
And I mean, and honestly, when I look around, even now, I think about, because I have such gratitude. Chrissy and I talk about this all the time. I literally have moments, and I know she has these moments. She's just like, "Fuck, I love my life. Like it's really popping up in here, like and
popping,
and it just feels so good, right?" So I really like this idea, especially because I'm a storyteller, so I love this. But so they talk about the idea of romanticizing your life and this main character energy. Now, hold on. For the most part, when people use romanticizing, we use it as in a way to say you're making something look better than it actually is. So, we'll say to a girl like, babe, you kind of romanticizing this relationship. That's a whole fuckboy. Like, what are you talking about? But so when I want to talk about what it means to romanticize your life. So when you're romanticizing someone else's life, it goes a little too far and can lead you to feelings of, feeling mediocre or being jealous or envious. And that's what literally what social media is. It's an opportunity for people to romanticize their own lives. But we start taking it in like, oh my goodness, like their life is so perfect because all we're seeing is beach pics and, nobody
want to share.
Exactly. But self-romanticizing though is it's more of it's a positive thing. It's more high vibrational, okay? Because so think about it. Comparison is as a fear-based output. But when you are building and creating and self-romanticizing your own life, it's such a positive and high vibrational thing. So you live your life to the fullest. You appreciate the little things, like Christy said, being present, and you start seeing how wonderful you really are.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And I think so, and I mean, as far as romanticizing your life, I think it's a great way to just shift your perspective. And I do want to kind of just put a note out there. It does not make you conceited.
No.
It does not make you full of yourself. And there is a fine line. Again, it is the intention behind it.
Oh my God, you took the word. I was about to be like, see, I think that's all in like intention. Like, what are you intending to do? I'm so glad you said that.
Because there are people who will make their life look. It's social media, so of course we can share snippets of our life that we want to share, and of course people are going to want to share the good stuff. They're not going to want to share the crappy stuff.
Think about it. If I shared as much as 10 times a day what's going on in my life, that's literally no more than 10 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
Out of 24 hours. And so we'll take that little piece that, people choose to show, and then we'll create. That's how everything works. We fill in the blanks. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, they're probably right now at home snuggling, probably getting a tan. These people over, you don't know what's going on in people's lives. But the point is, we get so involved in romanticizing other people's lives and thinking about what it is they're doing and believing what these people are doing when we could be putting that energy towards ourselves. And that's why I just love this concept of main character energy. It's like that's energy we can put
on you.
Yes. It's building and creating your own life.
Yeah. And I think it's also incorporating self-love, but not necessarily saying, oh, you have to love yourself, self-love. But, when you think about being the main character of a movie, it's like, oh, okay, I'm
the store.
You're right. The store.
I'm the store.
Yeah. So, writing your story, I honestly think that this is the fun part.
Seriously, which is our temple work for today, by the way. Go ahead.
I love it. And it's, it's really interesting because a client that I met with the other day, I was sharing with her, the phase where she is falling in right now, it is allowing her to restart and build her life. And I was like, this is actually fun. And I've gone through this too. And I think I talked to you about just feeling a little afraid of starting over and starting from a blank canvas. You're like, no, Christy, this is actually really
it's fun as hell.
Yeah, so think about as you're writing your story, think about the main character and who this person is. I mean, of course, it's you, but what does this main character in your life like to do? Mm-hmm. How does he or she dress? What does he or she do for fun? What do they do for a living? What is he or she's purpose? Honestly, if you don't like the person that you're looking at in the mirror, you have the authority and the power to change.
Yes.
And honestly, you can make those changes, bringing people in, adding people into your life, removing, taking people out, is by utilizing the concepts of main character energy.
So I love in sessions with clients, when we're talking about moving forward and building, being the creator of your own life, a lot of times what we talk about is visualizing. Like I talk them through, okay, like what does it look like? What do you smell like? What are you wearing? Like seeing the whole experience and then feeling it. And so when you think, this is like, when I tell you, like I love that this started as like a TikTok or a social media thing, but the idea of embodying main character energy in your own life is so freaking beautiful. So Christy said, as you're going through, think of, okay, something easy and quick to do. When we watch a movie or a TV show, main characters always have like theme songs. Yep. There is all. Christy, why is your theme song in 1970s porno movie? So sorry.
It's written in my natal chart. I don't know. I have to skip that.
Y'all heard that? You heard it. It's on. We don't edit, y'all.
I'm working on the theme song.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, sorry. Because I'm like, seriously, what would be my theme song? But think about it. Like, what is your, they all have a theme song. There's always this moment where, shit just got real. Yep. They figured out what's going on. There's always that moment. What is your song for that? When I'm trying to think, oh, God, I used to have songs that I would listen to that get me ready in the morning to go to work. Like, okay. And there were some real, like, I had some, I used to listen to the 10 Crack Commandments by Biggie.
Wait, you said the what?
The 10 Crack Commandments by Biggie. Girl, he's like putting down law on business.
It's always like the classy VPs listening to rap on the way to work. Like, ooh, I'm ready for the day. Yes.
Hey, girl, walking like, hello, guys. Hi. Like when I just cursed everybody out in the car. But, so think, like, put a playlist together. And then and we talk about this, like when you're writing your story, you're thinking about who I want to be and all those fun things. Thank you. And all those fun things, like, when you think about your dreams. So when you think about who that person is, once you have reached whatever status or dream or desire you have put in your heart, what does that person do? Yep. So you say, okay, what they do in their free time is this. Start doing the things that you can do. So I love this idea of, like, it's like you get to experience your life in two ways. Like, I'm in it as the main character, and then I get to watch it as the audience. That's beautiful as hell.
You are the author. You are the director.
So that's three ways. Right. Okay, Trinity. Ding, ding, ding. Yep. I just made a triangle in my head. Ding, ding, ding. Ooh.
What was that?
Wait.
I'm sorry, you guys. We are on something today.
My gummies. Wherever I go, they go. My gummies.
The gummies me had.
My gummies and me. Thanks, G.
Yes, thank you, G. So I call them the Forget Your Name gummies.
Affectionately known as. I'm just saying. So anyway, guys, it's legal here in Illinois.
Yes.
Leave us alone. Don't judge me,
Chad.
Don't judge me, Chad.
I'm sorry.
You're just jealous. So apparently, I get a little bit of a comedy show going on my gummies.
Oh my gosh.
And Christy and her peekaboo bae, they just, I'm gonna start charging them ticket fees because
we will gladly pay them.
Because the tears and giggles they're getting.
We will gladly pay. Mia is so hilarious. All right, I'm sorry. So.
Okay, so, now one good thing about this main character energy that I love is it changes your limiting beliefs.
Yes, it does.
Because when you start looking at yourself as, oh my God, I love it so much. It's so easy, because such an easy way to grasp a manifestation concept. When you start looking at yourself as, I'm writing a story about someone
and not yourself.
Right. You don't have limiting beliefs on this. And when you take yourself outside of a little bit, and you just like, they can do anything, and then you equate that back and turn that mirror around, like, oh, but I can do all this. This is some, like, this is me. So now I have to live this out. Like, I created this life. It's wonderful. Let me see how this character rolls around. What does this character do? I mean, and then once you have created this character, and if you're not where you want to be, you can start looking at your life like, you know, this is how I made it to my billionaire status, whatever it is. You know, people are this is how I made it. And so you're thinking about how your movie's gonna play out. Yep. And so you got your audience, they're all in, like, oh man, look at them. They were, you know, driving around in a hoopty, and they started this out their garage. Jeff Bezos started his whole thing out of a garage, and now it is the conglomerate that is Amazon, that it's making a whole bunch of people, Amazon, out his garage selling used books. And so when you start thinking about what does your story look like, if you were to tell this story, if it were to come up on the screen, that's so beautiful, because now you get to just be like, oh, wait a minute. Stories start off like this. You're always presented with a conflict, and, you know, a challenge or something they have to overcome. Then your story arc begins. You learn so much more about the character. They get so much stronger. Then there's like this pinnacle moment where it's like, oh, like, yo, you're just writing your story.
They realize who they are and how powerful they are.
Yes, and then they do the thing that everyone tells them that they shouldn't do. Like, this is some beautiful stuff, and like, you get to write that for yourself. I love that.
But I will say, like, with the main character energy, I mean, just going back to what you were saying, it is so true, because when you think about things that you want for yourself, it's hard to picture it, because you're like, well, it's me, when I don't know if I deserve it, and I haven't really worked hard for it.
Or I don't know how to get there.
Right. Like, but if you have a main character,
I can't
if
see
you are
it.
looking at yourself in this, like, as the main character of your movie, like, you are writing the script. You can be and do whatever it is you want to do. You just have to make sure that you are matching those feelings, those, you know, the frequencies with that character. Also, another thing is get into your subconscious mind. Because I think a lot of times when we have limiting beliefs, they stem from, you know, experiences that we may have had as children, past life experiences. And so, and this is something that I did too, is I would play affirmations while I was asleep. Because, you know, it's like, it's almost like
that's
you
true,
are
because
reprogramming your mind.
Yes, absolutely. I like that. I would say that, first of all, affirmations are extremely helpful, but also you guys think about it. So you get to a lot. It's almost like you're looking at your life from a 30,000 foot view.
Yep.
So you get to break down this this main character's subconscious, like what's going on with them. How did they get here? What is the trauma that got them there? So because you're telling this story, and as you're telling this story, you're allowing yourself to find ways to heal.
Yep.
So you start working on those limiting beliefs, like how do I do this? And okay, so these are the, let's say, challenges that the hero of this story comes with, and then you figure out a way as the writer of the story, because this is what happens when you actually write a story, how they overcame these challenges, how they overcame these challenges that you think there's no way that this is possible. How am I going to get through this? You get to write that story, you guys.
Yes, you do.
And so now that allows you to see your life from a different perspective, right?
I agree.
Now, I do want to say, though, I do want to caution this. Main character energy is about your story.
Yes.
You can't make yourself the main character in somebody else's. No. I'm laughing, but I'm dead serious. Because I know this is going to touch a couple of people. They're going to be a little upset. You guys.
I want to be the main character in his life.
You can't do that. Like, everyone in their life story, everyone has the sovereignty, authority over their own story that is their life. So they get to cast the roles of characters in the story of their life. If you're not a main character and you are an extra, if you are an extra, you can't be upset because that's their story. But if you cast them as a main character in your life, that is your free will.
Yep.
And that could be, for whatever reason. But understand, everybody has complete control and authority over what roles people play in their lives. And when we talk about roles, like, I do want to get into this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because oftentimes when we are in relationships that don't work out as we planned, we immediately start to go into victim mode. Like, they did this and they did this. Like you guys, and I'm always talking about, we gotta hold ourselves accountable.
Yep.
At the end of the day, they may have done all that and then some that we don't even know about. But at the end of the day, we made decisions on what roles these people play in our lives. And we need to take accountability for that. But there's also so much love and blessings there.
That is
because I know
facts, for real.
But and I will tell you this: when you start accepting the fact that this is how you kind of that you chose the roles of everybody in your story, it allows you, one, to be more forgiving of what has happened, but also allows you, just like, that when I was casting at that time in my life, I didn't know. I didn't have the wisdom. I thought I was doing the best thing for me at that time.
Yep.
Now, in a different position, I can look back and be like,
cut from the role. Thank you very much.
Yes.
It's like stage left.
And they do this all the time in television. People get recast.
Yep.
Bye. Characters killed off all the time. Have you not ever watched General Hospital or
Young and the Restless?
Young and the Restless?
General Hospital. What else?
All that. But seriously, people can get cast, recast, cast out. But it's your control. It's your decision. It's what you believe.
And I think that also reiterates the fact that we all have control in our lives. Like, what is coming into our lives and what we are putting out, we are the author of our story.
And then what also, from a spiritual, I should say more from an energetic level, what I love about this is once you start taking control and accepting, I do have control over what energies I allow in my house. The vibration changes so fast. So now the things that you believe and you think come to pass a lot sooner. Now, here's the issue, though. If you still have limiting beliefs about who you are, that comes to pass. If you still, believe, or if you have this belief about yourself, or you say these things about yourself that are less than what you really could be, that also comes to pass. Yeah. But most people, hopefully, you'll understand that once I get like, oh, I really do control this, your thoughts, your words, your actions, and behavior are that of someone who understands I got control over my own shit.
Yeah. And we've talked about this before. Thoughts become things.
Thoughts become things.
And so we really have to be mindful of how we speak to ourselves. I mean, again, you are the main character of this movie. So as the main character, is the main character going to say, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. No, the main character's going to be like, okay, what do I need to do to be able to get this done?
Exactly.
Also, I think it's really important. So we talked about the vibration. Your vibration changes once you realize that you are the author of the story. You are the driver behind the wheel. Do things that feel good. Dress up. Sometimes people will make comments like, well, you're dressed up. You're too dressed up. No, this is what makes me feel good. So I'm about to do what makes me feel good.
Seriously? No, there's something so freeing about doing just whatever the heck makes you feel good.
Yep.
I mean, because again, it's another reminder of I have control over this.
Absolute control.
I don't want to do that. And we do stuff all the time. It's like, oh, I should. But I don't want to. That doesn't feel good.
I don't want to. No, I'm not interested in that. But yeah, go back. Do things that make you feel good. Dress up. Work out. Wear a little makeup if that's what makes you feel good. Meditate. Things that will instantly change your mood and shift your vibration. I'll dance. Like I dance.
I was about to say, what do you do that makes you feel good?
I dance. And I know my little puppy looks at me like, she's crazy. But I dance all the time. And, for me, okay, you guys are going to laugh at me. And my peekaboo bae may be listening because he does listen to the podcast. Thank you very much. But I am secretly obsessed with twerking. And the reason because is that it's contrary.
I am not talking to you.
No, listen. But the reason why I'm obsessed with it is that it's contrary to what I've been trained to do as a dancer, especially in ballet. Like, everything is supposed to be controlled. Everything is supposed to be perfect. Everything is supposed to be in line, in place. And twerking is the exact opposite of it. So I think that's why I like it so much, because I was like, this is getting me outside of my comfort zone.
Interesting. Okay, I get that. I do. What do I?
Yeah, what do you
a lot of it is getting outside. I just really like to see. I need to see some life, talk to some trees, but I also like doing, have my wind the clock time every day.
Yeah.
And wait. Side note, guys, is it just me, or the older you get, like, seriously, this is a good correlation. Is directly, the older you get, the earlier wine o'clock is. It's directly proportional. It's like the older you get, wine o'clock starts earlier. I feel like as I've gotten older, like, wine o'clock could literally be breakfast. And I feel no shames about
true,
that.
There have been times on the weekend I'm like, man, should I add a little vodka?
I mean, it's wine o'clock. But see, back in the day, that's the excuse. You'd be like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I don't even have an excuse anymore. It's just like, I'm grown. Right. So I feel like, at 43, so I don't know what's going to happen by the time I reach, let me see, I'm turning 44 this summer. By the time I'm 50, y'all, I mean, I'm going to be taking shots on the way to the gym at 5 a.m.
I'm not going to be mad at you.
But
no, I feel you.
But my point is, do it. No, for real. It does. I really do think that.
The older I get, the more I'm like,
I don't care. It does.
I don't care.
I don't care.
This is what I want to do.
This is what I want to do right now, and I can.
If I want to wear some overalls and some Jesus sandals and a tank top,
guess what I can do? I can.
I can do that.
Seriously.
And I don't even think twice about it. Like, oh, I wonder what people are going to say about me, or oh, I wonder. I don't care. I just do it.
So I've been doing. And me and Christy just talked about this. What I do for things that make me feel good, because when I'm thinking about how, as my film comes out, the film of Mia, the story of my life. So I've been dating myself. I go out, y'all. I go have me. So last night, it was beautiful in Chicago. 80 degrees during the day, so I live right by the lake. And I walked over to the lake. I sat out there with some wine, and I was just like, "Yep, this would be something that me."
You went out there with wine?
Yes, of course, right? And it was so pretty outside. So I do things. I don't wait for me to have a mate, a guy with me in order to do the things that I want to do. That's how I'm creating my own life, because I feel like if I'm already doing these things, then that means that I'm just matching energies. Now it's just like, oh, I'm on that too. Okay, let's do this.
Actually, ladies and gents, did you get that? She is not waiting
for
someone to take her out and doing these things. She does them for herself, with the expectation that someone will come into her life that's able to match the energy that she's already putting out into the universe.
So those are the things that make me feel good. So when I'm thinking about how my movie goes, there's going to be a montage, right? Yeah. Go ahead, laugh at me if you want to, but y'all know y'all do this. So in the movie of my life, in this stage, because there's going to be like several movies, in this stage, there's a whole montage of me going out on these super fun dates by myself. And they're going to show it leading up to the moment when I meet
the one.
He's getting closer. I'm trying to tell y'all. You think I'm playing? I'm like, that energy was strong this morning when I woke up. I was like, hey, I don't know who this. I'm like, do I know this energy? Because it really is like, I know this energy, but I don't know it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, it's so familiar. But
I can't wait.
And so to me, I'm not like all frantic, and I'm chill. I'm thoroughly enjoying my life exactly where I am, because I can look at this. I'm having a ball, but I can look at this like it's a chapter. I don't think this is how the rest. You know what I mean? Yes. Yeah. It's like, did y'all see chapter 8? While homegirl was out there dating her friend, child. You know what I mean?
Wait until you get to Chapter 9.
Baby, when she ran into Mr. Big. And I mean that's literally. Mr. Big Stuff. Hey, who do you think you are? Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna be okay. So, doing things that make you feel good is like an instant mood shift, a vibration lift. It's an amazing place to be in.
Yeah, and again, we talk about the frequency and making sure that your vibration is high, because when you vibrate at a high frequency, you're able to bring in those things or attract those things that you desire in your life, which is why we always talk about frequency and energy and all that stuff.
Yes. What else we got? Okay, so value yourself.
Yeah.
Like, no, seriously. Okay, so I want you to think about this, guys.
Value.
Again, back to the main character. You know how you watching the movie and you into the main character, and they do something that you're like, why in the hell did they do that? Because you value them so much as a character in this movie. You're like, no, you're going backwards. Don't do that. Again, what happens when you put that type of energy and buy-in? Like, you're really bought into these characters, but buy into yourself and to your whole life. So when you value yourself, what that means is you just don't give your energy to anyone. Again, when we're watching these movies, reading these books, and really getting into these characters, if they start dating the wrong person or they make a decision that we can totally see because we're on the outside looking in, what's going to happen? We get so upset. So value yourself and the energy. So don't just give your energy to anyone, and only give it to people who deserve it. Right, Chrissy?
Yeah. And people who respect you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I don't know if you mentioned that, but people can only value you as much as you value yourself.
Yep. No, can you say that again? One more time.
Can only value you as much as you value yourself. And so this actually teaches
that
you
is everything.
To create boundaries.
And so, you guys, and here's the thing. I think there are a lot of different type of boundaries. There's physical boundaries, there's energetic boundaries, sexual boundaries. And just because I think that what we create boundaries as we create our space and our world and our stories.
Yep.
So these are the boundaries that I feel comfortable with. Mm-hmm. Now, when somebody challenges your boundaries, and I feel like I've said this before, that doesn't invalidate the fact that you have a boundary. Right. They will get challenged, but that also lets you know how strong your fortress is or where there's opportunities for you to heal. So seriously, learning to set boundaries, it's
because people will take advantage.
It's an essential part of your story. It's your setting, your time, and these are the characters, and this is the space I'm in. And when somebody who's in a sci-fi movie tries to get into your show, like, that's not what I'm doing over here. This show is about this. Yeah. Set your boundaries, because it allows you to stay present into the story that you have written for your life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's funny as far as boundaries, because I was talking to actually the client that you saw on Sunday. I was talking to her, and she, after I closed out our session, she was like, it's really interesting. So we used to work together, and she said it's really interesting because I remember there was a time that we had like one of our, division parties, and we were in a corner, and people started gossiping, and she was like, and you stopped and said, this is not good for me. I don't need to be in this. This is something that I don't want. Those are boundaries that I created for myself, and I left the table and I moved myself. But the fact that she recalled this after 2008, 2009, this is over 10 years. The fact that she remembers that, she was like, oh my gosh, that actually reminded me.
Well, because you had said, like, okay, this isn't, and here's the thing, it's not, I think that a lot of times, especially when it comes to like gossiping about other people, that when people get to a point, it's like, this isn't good for me, it's because you start understanding that I'm so engaged and involved in these other people's story. And
I'm
it's like
the main character. Why am I thinking about other people?
ding, 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 dead ass. Like you're like, she's dead, she's funny, but she's serious.
No, that's true.
Like seriously. So you're giving so much of your attention, and so to know yourself, to be like, you know what, I already know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. Now I'm all wrapped up in their life, and have forgotten to be present with my own shit and where I am at this moment and then the next moment. But I gotta hurry up and go check back to see if Derek Jackson posted another video. I ain't shit.
I'm sorry. I did check too.
I checked.
Did you see the text that I sent you?
Wait, no.
I was like, he took the post down.
Oh, he took it down. Oh, that's okay, baby. There's so many videos out there to redo.
With him holding his
baby, the remix of the Derek Jackson and the bonnet, the sacred bonnet, the holy helmet, whatever, baby. But you know what I mean? Like, see, I'm all wrapped up. I wasn't even on this dude like that. Now I'm all in. Ooh, what happened? See, this was see right there.
We're human.
Oh, we're human.
And it's entertainment, so. And I don't watch TV, so I need some sort of entertainment. It's either this or Mia, so I gotta pick.
I'm here Wednesday nights, y'all. It goes down all the way live. So, but the other thing about being that main character energy, being the main character, is, we kind of just hit on this. It allows you to put your traumas, any challenges you have, where it belongs.
Yeah.
It doesn't take over your life. It's like, it's a chapter.
Yep.
So I can look at, my first divorce and my second divorce. I can look at it as,
don't even get me started.
Chapter 3. Number 1. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's just, it's not, it is just as we allow, no, seriously though, it's just as we allow characters in TV shows and movies, a lot of times the people in the movies who become the hero or the shero in the movie, they had some challenges. And there were some times we're like, you're kind of a fucked up ass person, right? Like, real talk. But we allow them to grow and to change and to get wiser, and their actions change. Then we're like, oh my God, I love you. Come on, you can do it.
But also their challenges don't define who they are.
Ding, ding, ding.
And,
we allow that for other people.
We allow
but
that
for us, we don't give ourselves the grace to not allow our mistakes, our challenges, our traumas to define who the fuck we are. That's not who I am today. And I wasn't wrong when I did that shit yesterday. Okay, sorry. But no, seriously, it allows you to put it as a chapter. Like, 12th grade, chapter 10. Wherever you are in your life, it's just like, it's a part of you. It's not anything to be ashamed of, because it is the building the arc of this character that you are. And it also allows us to stop looking at life as like we're waiting for it to get to this place and then everything's good. That's not how life works. It is a continual story. And when you talk to like older people, like for real, I'm not trying to be funny, I mean like for real older people, like in their 80s, any octogenarians and 90s, their life is amazing, because you're just looking through like, wait, you did what? No, you did not. Because it's just so beautiful, and when you allow yourself to be present in each moment, nothing is better or worse than the other.
Did you read that? And I know I'm going tangent, but did you read that story about this woman with Humans of New York? She was an older woman. She was like a stripper or dancer. Or
I feel like did you send that to me?
Probably.
I think I feel like I know. I remember you talking about this.
I mean, she has lived.
And I love that.
Yeah.
And we talked about this before. Like, I literally, when I think about my last moment here in this lifetime, I don't want to think about, man, I should have gone ahead and pulled the trigger. I don't want to have any regrets. And Chrissy said this in the beginning about starting over. Start over as many times as you want to, as many times that is necessary. When you are in your golden ages and you are ascending up and moving forward, you want to feel, I did that. Come hella high water, baby. I did that.
I'm the queen of bounce backs.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing, you guys. We all are the queen and kings of bounce back because we are still here.
Which means we have purpose.
Which means we have purpose. Which means that we're resilient. Which means we have strength. Which means we have moved on from chapter X number 3 and all of the drama that happened to it, and we can look back on it and crack the fuck up because we are on chapter 25, or if we do it by our age. I'm over here on chapter 43, about to close this chapter out. 44 is coming. I'm okay with that.
I'm on chapter 45. I'm about to make it to 46.
I think I'm gonna do a special chapter called coronavirus. Coco. The Coco. That deserves like a whole special.
Yeah. This is true.
Yes.
But just know, in terms of valuing yourself, is that you are worthy of confidence. You are worthy of success. You are worthy of whatever that word is that you need to fill in the blank is for you. You are worthy of that, and that's the thing that you have to believe. Because again, if you think about watching a movie, you believe, like, oh my gosh, this main character deserves this. The main character needs that blow up.
Like, seriously, we're cheering for them. We
yourself.
all, you guys think about it. We love a story of somebody coming back from the depths. Like, it's over for you. It's over. Like, and they pull themselves back. We get so excited for people outside of us, for these other main characters in their lives. Yeah. But we won't give ourselves the same grace. Why are we cheering for ourselves?
Isn't it crazy how we treat ourselves?
We so bogus, guys. Why are we so mean to each other?
And this isn't just for you. I mean, this is for me too. Like,
seriously.
I noticed, and like now I'm a lot more conscious and aware of the stuff that I do and say, so I can pick it up a little bit quicker. But we will give people first and second, third tries over and over again. But when we fuck up, it's like, oh no, that's it. Like, we don't give ourselves grace.
We do not. And I mean, like seriously, it's rough. I will say, I have definitely experienced, some negative energy coming towards me externally. But I would say, if I'm being honest, it doesn't compare to what I did to myself, what I told myself, what I convinced myself of, what I allowed. Like, it does not compare. Like, seriously. But it took me a while to get there because it's so easy to go to victim. It's just so easy to go like, but they did this and they did this. But there are a certain point in our lives, we accepted things and we wanted to believe things. And we allow ourselves to be the supporting, be a supporting cast member.
In our own stories.
In our own freaking stories. And we listen somebody. I mean, girl, when I think about that, I'm like, it makes me like, are you... For real, you allowed yourself to be, you were a supporting role in your own damn story. You just let somebody just write you. That's like unbelievable to me. But that's a chapter now.
That's a chapter.
That's a chapter.
So one, I think you have to learn.
Yes.
The previous chapter. But two, I think once you start having that mindset of, oh, I am the main character in my story, then you start approaching your life differently. And you won't have people outside of yourself serving as the main character. You're like, oh, no, boo. No, I'm about to get an Oscar for this one. The person that is going to be your sidekick, that's the person that is going to be your sidekick. They're not going to be the main character. So anyway,
I love that. I mean, so when I think about, I don't want to say how my main story character ends, but I think about how many different. Do you remember? When we were kids, there was, oh God, I don't remember what they were called. But like you have a book and you would pick, does Daryl go down the tunnel or does he climb back? Like, no, but like you pick and then it's like if whatever you chose, you would go to that page. So you'd be I know what you're talking about. There's a name for these type of books. So it's kind of like that in real life.
No, it is.
You know what I mean?
You guys, but you have to believe it.
Like it's which way do we go? Like okay, if you turn left, then turn the page to this chapter because it's a totally different chapter now. But I mean, sometimes I think like, let me see, how old am I? 45, 15 years from now, get close to about 60. Imagine I have no children. Well,
Woo!
She's grown.
Yes, Lord.
I'm the cool wine aunt. You know what I mean? I'm the cool aunt. I occasionally come back and, to Chicago.
Well, 15 years.
15. I occasionally come back in the country. Come back to Chicago, visit the family, feeling the peace. And then off to the next best thing. No commitments with the suspicious large amount of money. They be like, I don't know what Auntie Mia did. But, baby, did she just get on the I don't know what's going on. Mind your business.
Look, you be the main character.
I'm all here on my. Right. This is my life. Thank you.
Mind your movie.
But like I think that. But I will say this: having or taking in or accepting that you can be present at every moment. Like even if you are in an argument with your bae, it's like, especially somebody that you know like, okay, we're just having this moment, but we're going to be together, especially if you have that type of love and confidence in a relationship. It almost even allows you to enjoy those moments, because you're like, we don't do this often, right? So let's get us riled up a little bit. Yes, like like let's get riled up. Like it's just enjoying the moments, and it also allows you to, and when you're trying to let go of past relationships, especially if you're married to somebody, you're just like, this was not how this was supposed to work out. Yeah. But when you allow yourself to look at it like as a chapter in your life, and you really look at what would I write about that chapter? What did my ex-husband teach me? Girl, that's gonna be a funny ass chapter. Like it's going. I mean, like it's real talk. Like
I have 2 lessons that I learned.
I've learned all type of shit, but it's so fun to go back and look at it that way, as opposed to, oh my God, the trauma, the hurt. It's like.
But I think you have to to be able to go back. You have to heal and do the work, so that you can look at it from a different lens. Because I think if you
absolutely, but I think that. And part of the healing is accepting, like we all, a lot of times when people talk about healing, it's like a healing from what other people, things that other people did from us. But I think a large part of the healing is what did I learn about myself in this process? What would I have done different? Can I forgive myself for allowing certain things in my life? You know what I mean? Like that's not a healing. And I think when we start healing and forgiving and loving on ourselves and what we did in that, we just get finer. It's like a step up. It's just like, did I just walk past the mirror like, hey,
boo,
what you do?
Can I get them stanky seconds?
Where you been? What you on? We going outside? Hey, man, I'm laughing, but I'm kind of dead ass serious, y'all. It's just, whew. Look. The more I heal, the finer I get. Period.
That's fact.
No, and the more every one of us, every person listens to this, the more you heal, the finer you get. The more your aura opens up, the more colorful it gets. The more your energy is beaming off. Let me tell you something. That's the ultimate glow up. I don't care what type of butt shots or lip injections or whatever you think you have to do in order to look like what we believe is. It's that inner work. You're just like, woo!
And it's funny because people will say, "Oh my gosh, Christy, you are glowing." I mean,
yes.
But they'll be like, "Christy, you are glowing." I'm like, yeah, I've been working. Like, you know what? I saw the ultimate compliment. Someone's like, man, your energy is amazing. You're just like, you better stop. I do. Stop. I do have on panties, but that can be taken care of pretty quickly. You can just rip them.
Like, don't worry about that. So you said, talk more about my energy.
I know. Tell me more about my energy.
Tell me more.
What was that again? As I
right. Sick. I'm over here twerking my nipples like, what happened? I'm telling you, it's something about that inner glow, because, and for other people to notice that glow, that is some amazing shit. And think about, and back to that main character energy, think about when you see that moment or read that moment in the story where somebody else is seeing your main character glowing. You like, yeah,
like Buddha
You did it. You did it.
Yes.
We get so excited about that. Imagine getting that excited about your own freaking life.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yep, I definitely love that, and I love my life. You just got me over here.
I love my life.
I love my life.
Hey, sorry, y'all. You know I can't help it. One day I might learn how to sing. Not.
One day I might learn how to twerk. Who knows?
But I'm gonna keep doing it.
Right.
I'm gonna
Because
keep
it makes
doing
me feel
it.
good. And I don't care. I don't care what other people think.
So what's the takeaway?
Okay. So my takeaway from this is that, I mean, basically it's just a reminder to those who are listening that you are the driver on this road trip. You are not the passenger. You are not the person sitting in the back. You are behind the wheel. And so be confident and take authority in your own life because you have the power to do so. What's your takeaway?
I mean, I wouldn't say too much different from what you just said. I think that this main character energy is just such a beautiful way to talk about manifesting and creating your life.
It is.
And I think it makes it palatable for people when you start talking about, spiritually manifesting. For some people from where they are at this point in their life, it's just like, that's a little too much. Yeah. But I can relate and I can connect to writing my life. Yeah. I can connect to, that I get because we become a part of that. Even when we watch our these movies or shows or read these books, we do sometimes feel like, dang, I wouldn't have written it like this. I would have had him do this or And so I think the major thing is take control of what you can. I feel like I've said this so many times before, but it manages. It relates to so many different things and write your life, which goes into our temple work, you guys. So I know that I'm almost certain that at some point we did a part of our temple work, a manifestation prompt where we're saying, what does your dream life look like? And, writing it out. What does this person do? What do they, what do they enjoy in their life? What do they look like? How do they dress? So I think if you have not done this exercise, do that. But I also have something else. Write down your dream life. Write this character. Write the character of you. What do they do in their life? When they wake, what is their morning routine? Pick a moment, pick a space, pick a time, whatever it is. Pick a moment with their loved one. How did they meet their... I remember I read a quest from The Roots. He shared that before they would come up with albums, he would write the review for the album.
Oh, wow. So that's actually manifesting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And so even though it hadn't come out yet and no one said how it was going to be, he went ahead and said, okay, this is the reception that we're going to get. He went ahead and put that out forward. Oh, this the week. Christy Hannah.
Yes. So. But that's awesome. I mean, and I think that's also something that we can utilize in our life. Like, if you think about it, like, what outcome are we looking for in our lives? And just to be able to write it before it actually happens. Yes,
I mean I think that actually is, and it's such a beautiful. So if you have not done that, do that. Now, if you have been listening to 2QC2 Two Queens and Crystal things, because I don't what you know what I'm trying to say. And do that. But if you have been listening and you've already done that exercise, let's try something else, okay? I want you to think about the things that you have literally manifested in your life that you have right now. Write down 3 things. Start thinking like, okay, it could be, your child. It can be the home you live in. It can be the job that you have where you got bold and said, you know what, this mine. I just said it. I and you claim something for yourself. So write 3 of those things down, because I guarantee you, when you really start thinking about it, it's actually quite a few things that you've done in your life. But let's just pick 3, and I want you to leave some space in between and talk and write down. Remind yourself the actions that you took in order to write this part of your life, how you manifested that part of your life. And as you go through these, it's going to remind you, like, oh shit, I'm a whole master manifester out here. Oh my goodness, I made this happen. And so what that does is that instantly raises your vibrations. Like, because it reminds you who the hell you are. Because sometimes we forget. We do. We forget how spicy we are out here. What? Mm-hmm. You see it. You taste it.
Smell it.
You're experiencing this gift. Fuck out of here with your goofy ass. Sorry, I'm from Chicago. That's how we goofy ass. You see it. No, but seriously, you guys, like, so remind yourself of what that feels like, and then I want you once you've gotten back to that space, that energetic space, and you remind yourself, like, damn, I did do that. Now write the next 3 things you're about to manifest in your life. Close that shit and make it happen.
Yes.
Period.
And don't attach yourself to it either.
No.
Put it out in the
Come
universe,
on.
give it up.
Come on.
And keep on moving.
Cause live your life. Hey. Okay.
All right.
What's our crystal of the day? What you got to say?
Featured crystal is actually a really beautiful yet interesting looking crystal. Mm-hmm. So cool. It's aragonite. I'm going to pronounce it that way. If you guys want to come for me, that's fine, because I don't know aragonite. But basically, if you think about aragonite, think about renewed strength and confidence, balancing energy fields, and emotional healing. And so the element that comes with this crystal is storm. I did not know that was an element, but I learned something new today.
Wait, what is it?
Storm. I didn't know storm was an element.
Interesting. Let me think about that. Water and wind. I can see that.
There you go.
Okay, go ahead.
And then it's
as
also,
we learn,
right? It's also really good for all of the chakras, so it's really great for balancing overall. So this is actually a really good crystal for healers. Wink, wink.
Hey.
So just the description of this crystal, and you guys, I said that I was going to start making this brief. So this crystal is especially helpful in helping to heal and balance the emotional body. This crystal can facilitate real adventure of exploration, wherein one may cruise the archives of one's soul's history, recovering beneficial information for soul advancement, which I think is really great, especially if you are looking to shift your paradigm into the main character energy. Mm-hmm. And so wearing this crystal can help enhance feelings of confidence, allowing one to become a human star. Hello, Oscar.
Hey.
Emanating love and compassion for others, and these crystals will need regular cleansing, just so for you guys to know, probably weekly, just because they do take in a lot of energy. And these are really great crystals to help us understand that there is only, to help us understand that only truly aligned emotion in life, the only truly aligned emotion in life is love. And to realign with this primary force, it comes from the universe. And so it helps us to remember those things. So, Mia, have you worked with this crystal?
So actually, I have never worked with this crystal. And this is the first time I've actually seen one. Christy brought one with her today. This is actually the first time I've ever seen one face to face. It's really beautiful. It reminds me of, oh my God, I'm about to show my definitely Chicago South Side self when I say this, but y'all remember Bumpy Face Gin? What brand was that? Well, you remember the bottle was bumpy. It's bumpy like that. I don't remember. I need to text one of my.
Well, see, I'm not
what
from
is
Chicago.
Come on, but bumpy. What was that? I cannot remember what, but it was like, what people used to. Yeah, and I actually didn't start drinking till I was 21. I really did. For real, I didn't. I got drunk at home on my 20th. I got drunk at home on my 21st birthday, but I made. Don't worry, I made up for it in all the. But this is I remember we be talking about bumpy face. I used to talk a lot of stuff but I wasn't doing it anyway. I like this because it feels like energy is coming off of every side of this.
It absolutely is.
It's like shooting off of this. Yeah, so I love this. This is a really cool.
It has these really cool hexagonal. Those are hexagons, right?
Yeah.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
So
6.
there's like 6 sides to well, I mean, there are like several clusters that are coming out of this.
But they look so cute, like little baby clusters.
Yeah, they look very cute. But, you know, if you think about it, there
is
like energy coming
red,
out.
Yeah, it's like red, burnt, maroonish ground. It's I don't know. It's really pretty. I'm interested to play with that.
Yeah, it's a really great crystal. So the affirmation that I have pertaining to today's episode and crystal is life is magical, because I want you guys to like start looking at life as being magical. Whatever it is that you believe and see and think it will be, it will be. So life is magical, and I am the main character in my story.
Love this.
Be your own hero, Shiro.
That's what I'm. Wait, wasn't that one of our affirmations? Was that this week or last week? But
oh yeah, the Monday.
That was one of our affirmations this week. Okay, so our message for the collective today. This is directly from Spirit, guys. I want you guys to hear this, because this will definitely resonate.
We're about to resonate. I'm sorry.
OMG.
Yes, we've been drinking. Charge it to her head now.
Seriously. Okay. Hopefully this will resonate with some of our listeners, or all of us. So Spirit wants us to know, and this was from my meditation earlier today, and I asked specifically for a message for the collective. It says, together, meaning together, you in spirit, or I in spirit, we will share the knowledge of I am. We will explore and share, expose and awaken what the consciousness of I am is. It's of us, it's in all of us. And we have a special and unique way that this I am spirit, and the love that comes through that I am spirit, the way that it comes through you is unique and special. So I love this, because it's a spirit is reminding us that while we are all unique and special and different in our manifestation of I am, we are still all a part of the I am presence, okay? So trust the way that is you. So this is a reminder, you guys, to just remember, you don't have to be anything but who you are. Don't change who you are to match or resonate or anything with something else that is not of you, okay? So trust the way that is you. There is nothing to change about who you are. You are perfectly whole and beautiful, and a manifestation of God exactly as you are, okay? Any other way for you to be or try to make yourself be is a falsehood of who you are. And so remember, here's where it can get a little confusing. You are a shapeshifter, okay? So any way you want to be, feel to be, when you are listening to your heart is the right way. When you listen to your heart and not your ego is the right way. So whatever space that you're in, whatever you need to do to fill that space for who you need to be in that moment is right when you are connected to your heart. But when you are listening to your ego, that's a different story. No longer are we, as in the collective we, allowing to be what we believe others want us to be. There is no I should be, okay? Just take out the I should and just, there's only I am. We are always being in every space and in every form. Understand who you are. It is not necessary to be able to describe it to somebody. Because sometimes we feel like, how do I tell who I am? How do I describe what I am? That's not necessary at all. Because then that gives us limiting beliefs. Because sometimes we don't have the language, a vocabulary, or someone can't understand to tell you who I am. Because what I am is all that is ever was, will ever be. And has yet to come. But how do I tell somebody that? Right. How do you explain it? So it's not necessary to explain what you are. It is only necessary for you to just be. Your I am presence shows and tells when you are truly in your essence and connected to your higher self and your heart. And so it is. There you go.
And so it is. I love that. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as we enjoyed.
Yes.
recording it and talking about it. Be the main character
in your own story. Yes. I'm so excited about this. Like, it's such a great reminder. And I really hope this is something that it is such, because talking about manifestation sometimes can get so, I think it's so important for to meet people where they are. Right. And hopefully this helps. Because
sometimes it can, especially when we start talking about like spiritual stuff, it's just like, okay, that kind of went over my head. Mm-hmm. But with this, I feel like it's very tangible. Mm-hmm. It's very relatable. Mm-hmm.
It's actually, it's this has so much. I can act off of this. This has action behind it. I'm like, oh, this is quick. This is easy. Oh, okay. So if I make up a story about what my life is, let me keep going.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
All right, guys.
All right, we are closing out, you guys. Thank you again. I mean, I don't know how many ways and how many times I can say thank you. But honestly, we truly appreciate you all listening. We are actually, I'm looking at the stats now. We are now 6 downloads away from hitting 10,000.
You guys, that's a big deal to us.
It's a huge deal.
We just started doing this in July during the pandemic, and decided it was time for us to start speaking. So thank you guys to all who listen. Please do share. I mean, we love it. We are grateful, and we don't take it serious, but we take it very serious. Yeah. And we're humbled. So, again, you guys know, reach out to us. Follow us on IG at 2 Queens Crystal Things. And that is spelled out TWO, 2 Queens Crystal Things. You can find both of our individual IGs there. You can Christie's at Christie with an IE, R Edwards. And my IG is at...
Wait, I got it. It's Wings Unleashed.
Yep.
444.
444. By the way, I've been seeing a lot of yesterday when I say, because the angel numbers come. But a lot of times this happens when people are starting to wake up. They start noticing the numbers.
Yeah, I've been getting numbers too a lot.
Baby, 444 was my number, which is why my IG is Wings Unleashed 444. And when I was starting to wake up, 444 was everywhere. But now I'm 555, 111, 1111, 1144, 1155, 777, and 888. I need that 888 like today, because that's that money.
Yeah, it's so interesting how those numbers come up and how the symbols come up to us.
Yes. So thank you for listening.
By the time this actually goes live, we're going to be at 10,000. We're going to be above.
Say it. Come on. Yes. Speak it.
I'm going to go ahead and review.
What? Why have we not done it? You know what? Wait till y'all see this review we write about our own podcast.
We're about to review our podcast right now. Look, telling people to do stuff and we're not even doing it for the podcast.
I'm about to say, we need to do that. Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
So, you can send us a review. Yes. So we don't have to make up our own, you guys. Rate us. Share with your friends. What do we talk about next week, Christy? Uh-oh. I'm nervous.
Okay. So the next episode, you guys need to make sure that you tune in, because we're going to discuss spiritual parasites.
Girl, if you don't get them things up off me, these spiritual vampires.
I mean, this is like in every aspect.
Energy suckers.
Yes, energy vampires, all of that.
Ooh, I got one better. Are you an energy vampire? Ooh. We need to talk about how to know if you.
About me?
No, not you, but I'm just saying. We need to talk to people about.
Yes,
I'm just saying. Are you the one who brings the energy down in the room? Let's talk about it.
Are you the one that calls and like vomits and spews everything onto your friend?
Man, the whole mood. You could just be over there singing Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, right. And all of a sudden, you got that friend, that neighbor. That's just like.
Are you the killjoy?
Ooh, all right.
My parents.
Sometimes it's family.
Yeah, sometimes it is family.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that will be next week's episode. So you guys want to make sure to tune in for that. And if you have any questions, you know how to reach us.
All right, you guys.
Thank you.
Light.
Love.
Peace.
Oh, peace.
Love.
Love.
Soul. And no more wine. No, seriously. I'm guys.
And lots of laughs.
And lots of laughs. You guys go enjoy some life today.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Thank you. Love you. See you next week.